philosophers read and write every day. We close the Bible and follow our own way. We switch to the belief of deism, stop relying on the miracles and prophecies, and follow our new philosophy.
My mind is my own church.
Reason without emotion. Your own reason is the only oracle. Freedom is a gift from above, and every individual has the right to enjoy it. Fight for your rights. Create laws not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom.
We were born free, but everywhere we are restrained. But there are things that we can do to enlarge our freedom. Our liberty is important. Our rights should not be taken.
People who choose security over liberty will receive neither nor deserve either. Where liberty dwells, there is no country.
Tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Swim with the current. Stand like a rock. Individual happiness and liberty should never be taken from us. I'm willing to fight for it. I'm willing to fight for it. Fight for it. Fight for it. Remember the ladies. The particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies. We are determined to foment a rebellion, and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation. United we stand against oppression. Rights should not be granted to just men. We are willing to fight for it. We are willing to fight for it. Our spirit and youth. We want freedom, freedom, freedom. We rise. We fall. And if there is a law that threatens our rights when so many have protested, then I'm willing to fight for it. Hug it. What is that?
Just be all dramatic, like.
No. Okay, let's try that again.
The sprinklers on. Alright, so let's start. Where are you from?
I was born in Thetford, England in 1737.
Neat, so tell me more about yourself.
Of course. My father was a Quaker and my mother was an Anglican. My wife and my child both died during child labor.
My condolences. So what led you to the music business?
Well, throughout my childhood I received very little education, but I did learn to read and write, and that was what I was most interested in.
Of course. So tell me about your most popular hits.
I would say it would be Common Sense in the Age of Reason, which criticizes institutionalized religions for political ambitions and possible corruption, and they also challenge the Bible.
That's great. I'd have to check it out, but words on the street is you've been to prison.
Yeah, I was in prison for writing Rights of Man, but while I was in prison, I was actually able to write Age of Reason.
Well, at least you got a hit out of prison. So that's all the time we have today. Thank you for coming, Thomas.
My pleasure.
Okay, let's start. Where are you from?
I was born in a small town called Shadwell, Virginia on April 13th.
What a mellow place. Please do tell me more about Shadwell.
Well, my father, Peter Jefferson, was a farmer who got land in the Shadwell region. After that, it became a thriving agricultural section.
So you worked with your father before going into the music industry. How did you get there and what led you to it?
I was a vital force in the American Revolution. I wrote the Declaration of Independence, and so my success with document writing led me into writing for music as well.
So can you address your recent controversy with Alexander Hamilton?
Well, you see, Mr. Hamilton has no idea of the concept of respect or loyalty. The French who helped us in our own revolution are revolting now, and Mr. Hamilton refuses to provide aid.
Oh, I understand your frustration, but let's get back to you. Tell me about the hard work on the farm.
Well, of course, it was very difficult on me, and I was helped marginally by our mass slave labor, but it was still very difficult.
Okay. I think that's all the time we have for today, though, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I shall come again soon.
Okay, you won't, but have a good day and goodbye.
Your loss.
So please, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, you know, I just do my daily duties as a wife, cooking, cleaning, helping out my children in the White House. I am the first Lady in the White House, after all.
Well, that's very interesting. Tell me more about your background.
Well, I was born on November 11th, 1744 in Massachusetts. I was self-educated. Later in my life, when I was about 19, I married a young lawyer, John Adams, where I moved to his place with him, and we had 5 children.
Well, that's nice. Happy family. Well, what made you pursue music?
Well, I was always very interested in the literature and just the art of music and stuff. I was always writing letters to my family and my friends, especially my husband. And what I wrote in those letters was just basically, I felt like I could express my belief in women's rights and equality.
Okay, so next question. Can you elaborate on those beliefs that made you pursue your successful music career?
Yes, well, see, I wanted to do music so I could tell my husband and all the other political people that I want women to be represented equally in this American government. That's my beliefs. I wanted to strive for liberty and equality to all people.
That's strong, woman. But what were those challenges that you faced while writing?
I believe that one of my most hardest challenges when writing was my spelling and my grammar. I was self-educated, you know, so it was kind of hard for me to elaborate and do bigger words and stuff.
Talk about first world problems, all right? Well, can you talk about any people that brought a challenge to your family?
Alexander Hamilton was a challenge to my family. He wrote really nasty things about my husband, and I did not appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming in and answering these questions. I'd be glad to have you again. Have a great day.